Good day to all of you. Myself, Wagule Aman, working as Assistant Professor of RWE Department at Shivshankar College of Agriculture and Engineering, Mirasgaon, affiliated by Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapit Rahuri. Today, I am delivering the lecture on biogas technology. Something about biogas technology. Firstly, the definition of biogas. Biogas, it is a mixture of gas produced by the microorganisms, bacteria during the anaerobic fermentation of biodegradable material. In that, biomass is converted in that the when the biomass material is mixed with water from the slurry, and this slurry is forwarded it into the digester through the inlet wall, and in that digester that slurry retain for some particular period, that is approximately 50 to 60 days, and from the anaerobic digestion, in that there is no any amount of oxygen in it, and produces biogas, and in that biogas there is a majority of methane and carbon dioxide in it, and in the end the remaining slurry material, that is the wastage of slurry material, it is also known as fermentation. It contain nitrogen in it, and nitrogen is used for fertilization purpose in the agricultural field. Very good. Next is the process description. In that process description, there are three stages. First is a hydrolysis stage, second is acid formation, third is a methane generation. In that hydrolysis, cow dung is mixed with water, then hydrolysis mixture is converted it into the acid mixture in the acid formation, and in the methane generation, acid mixture is converted into the methanization stage. Next is of environmental factors, that is which environmental factors affect on the biogas production. First is of temperature. In that, bacteria works best at 35 to 38 degrees Celsius. In it contains three zones. First is of a mesophilic zone, second thermophilic zone, third is a psychrophilic zone. First is a mesophilic zone. Optimum temperature is of a 35 degrees Celsius for mesophilic zone. Thermophilic zone, optimum temperature is of 55 degrees Celsius, and for psychrophilic zone, optimum temperature is of 10 degrees Celsius. And for maximum biogas production, 35 to 38 degrees Celsius temperature is required, that is mesophilic zone is required for maximum biogas production. Next is of a pH range. Basically, pH means it introduces the acidity and alkalinity of a material. Suitable range of a pH is of 6.6 to 7.5. When the pH is less than 6.2, then the material becomes a toxic material. Next is of a diameter to depth ratio. The diameter to depth ratio for maximum biogas production, the diameter to depth ratio is of 0.66 to 1. Next is of solid concentration. Total solid content in the biomass material is of 8 to 10%. Cow dung, when cow dung plus water is of 1:1, then 10% slurry content in it. When cow dung plus water is equal to 4:5, then a 9% slurry content in it. When cow dung contain 80 to 82% moisture and 18 to 20% total solids in it. Next is of a retention period. Basically, retention period means the time period for which slurry retained in a digester is called as a retention period. Next is of effect of toxic substances. In the toxic substances, various chromium ions are content in it, and that has a maximum effects on the biogas production. Next is of constituents of biogas. In that, methane has 60% weightage in the biogas, carbon dioxide CO2 has 38% weightage in the biogas, hydrogen has 0.7% weightage, nitrogen has 0.8% weightage, oxygen has 0.1% weightage, and carbon monoxide has 0.2% weightage, hydrogen sulfide has 0.2% weightage in the biogas. That is, methane and carbon dioxide has major content in the biogas. Next is of calorific values of a different fuel. Basically, calorific value means Basically, calorific value means how much amount of heat is liberated after burning of 1 unit of a substance is called as its calorific value. Um, Commonly used fuels and their calorific values in kilocalorie per kilogram is mentioned here. For biogas, calorific value is of 4713, for dung cake 2093, for firewood 4978, for diesel 10550, for kerosene 10850, and for petrol 11100. These are the different calorific values of various fuels. Next is of main features of biogas plant. In that is in the biogas there are various components, various parts are used. That is in mixing tank, inlet pipe, digester tank, digester, partition wall, outlet pipe, overflow tank, gas holder, gas outlet pipe, gas control valve. These are the various parts which are used in the biogas. Next is of classification of rural household digesters. In that there are basically two types of digester, batch type digester and continuous type digesters in it. In the batch type digester, the biogas production, that is in the batch type digester, the raw material is feeded batch wise, and in this batch type digester, once we feed the raw material in the digester, then it is sealed, and after feeding the raw material, biogas production starts from 8 to 10 days and it will up to the 50 to 60 days. Next is of continuous type digester. In the continuous type digester, the raw material is feeded regularly, and also biogas production is also regularly. That's why it is called as continuous type digester. Next is of a site selection of rural household biogas plant. In that, plant capacity and daily dung requirement is given here. See here, there is one chart. It contains plant capacity per meter cube, daily dung requirement per kg, approximate number of cattle, number of family members. That is, for example, first we will take the for plant capacity 1 meter cube. For 1 meter cube, daily dung requirement, that is for 1 meter cube daily dung requirement is of a 25 kg. Approximate number of cattle, that is how much cattle are required for 1 meter cube plant. 2 to 3 cattle are required for 1 meter cube plant. Next is of a number of family members, that is how much family members are required for working of such 1 meter cube plant. 3 to 4 family members are required for 1 meter cube plant. In that way, here for 2 meter cube, 3 meter cube, 4 meter cube, 6 meter cube details are given here. Next is of a popular designs of biogas plant. In that, floating drum type, fixed dome type, and Dinbandhu model. These are the various popular designs of biogas plant. In that, first is of a Janta model. It is also known as fixed dome type biogas plant. It is a fixed dome type biogas plant developed by Planning, Research and Action Division, Lucknow in 1978. It is a semi-continuous flow digester. It required shuttering for making dome-shaped roof. In that, see here, mixing tank, inlet chamber, digester, overflow tank, gas control valve, gas stove. These are various parts are used in the these are various parts which are used in the fixed dome type biogas plant. In that, see here, in its construction, the bricks, land, soil, lime, cement, these etc. These raw material is used for its construction, and for the working purpose, the raw material, that is the plant leaves, vegetable, that is plant waste, vegetable waste are used for raw material purpose, and the plant waste, vegetable waste, etc. raw material are feeding in the mixing tank. and it is mixed with water and form the slurry, and this slurry is transferred it into the digester through the inlet chamber, and in that digester that slurry retained for such a particular time, it is of approximately 50 to 60 days, and after 50 to 60 days there is anaerobic digestion will be occurred in it and forms the biogas, and biogas is collected at the upper side of the digester and the remaining slurry, that is wastage of slurry, is collected at the collected in the overflow tank through the outlet chamber, and in that wastage of slurry it contain nitrogen in it, and that nitrogen it is used for fertilization purpose in the agricultural field. See here, this is actual model of the Janta, that is Janta model, that is fixed dome type biogas plant. In that there is a underground construction of it, and because of underground construction there is a chances of leakage and explosion in it, and the chances of leakage and chances of leakage and explosion in it. Also in that there is a constant variable pressure, that is variable pressure occurred in it, and also constant volume, it is also known as constant volume biogas plant. See here, advantages and disadvantages of Janta model. In that advantages, there are longer working life. Next is of a constant volume biogas plant, that is it is also known as constant volume biogas plant. Next is of a it does not, that is biogas, there is no any separate still tank is used in this fixed dome type biogas plant, that's why it is called as, that's why its cost is less than that of a KVIC model. Next is of a separate still tank not required for biogas collection, and also underground construction. These are the advantages of fixed dome type biogas plant. Next, disadvantages. In the disadvantages, because of the underground construction, danger of mixing between biogas and external air, hence danger of explosion in it. Variable gas pressure is occurred in it. No any separate still tank for biogas collection. These are the various disadvantages of Janta model. Next is of a Deenbandhu plant. In Deenbandhu plant, sorry. Next is of a floating drum type biogas plant. It is also known as KVIC plant, that is Khadi Village Industries Commission plant. In that, in 1945, scientists of IRI New Delhi worked on semi-continuous flow digester, and in 1961, Khadi and Village Industries Commission planted a design. In that, basically the work construction, the maximum parts of the construction and working of the KVIC plant is same as compared to the fixed dome type biogas plant. Only difference is that in the KVIC plant there is a separate still tank is used for biogas collection at the upper side of the digester, and also there are two digesters are used in the KVIC plant. One digester it is used for acid fermentation purpose, and second is it is used for methane fermentation purpose. Why it is necessary to use these two digesters in the KVIC plant? These two digesters are used in the KVIC plant because these two digesters, because the methane fermentation and acid fermentation both have different pH values and also both have different properties. That's why it is necessary to separate. That's why it is necessary to for separation it. See here, this is a actual diagram of the KVIC plant. That is its construction is on the ground construction, and because of the on the ground construction, there is no any chances of leakage and explosion in it. Also, constant volume biogas, it is also known as constant volume biogas plant. And in the KVIC plant there is a separate steel tank at the upper side of the digester, that is why its cost is greater than the fixed dome type biogas plant. See here advantages and disadvantages of the KVIC plant. Advantages, it is also this plant is also known as constant gas pressure, in that its construction is of a on the ground construction, therefore minimum gas leakage problem is occurred in it, and also no danger of mixing between biogas and external air, hence no danger of explosion, and that is why higher gas production is occurred in it. Next is of a disadvantages of KVIC plant, that is floating drum type biogas plant. First is of a higher cost, second next is of a higher maintenance cost. Higher cost due to the extra steel tank for biogas collection, its cost is high as compared to the fixed dome type biogas plant, and also higher maintenance cost. The outlet pipe should be flexible, it requires regular attention, heat is lost through gas holder. These are the advantages and disadvantages of the KVIC plant. Next is of a Deenbandhu plant. In the Deenbandhu plant, it is a basically it is a plastic material, that is it is made from plastic material, and it is a and that is why it is very easy to transfer from one place to the another place, and that is it is a very easy for that is it is a portable device, and also less labor and time required for its construction, and remaining construction and working is of the same as that of earlier two types, that is it contain mixing tank, inlet pipe, digester, gas holder, ground level earth filling, dome shape, and its shape is of a dome shaped. Gas control valve is at the upper side, which is connected to the gas outlet pipe, concrete slabs, outlet chamber, etc. See here, this is actual diagram of the Deenbandhu plant. It is made from plastic material. Next is of a benefits of installing biogas plant. Which benefits are first benefit is of avoid deforestation, in that it minimizes soil erosion and flood situation. Next is of it reduces the dependence on fossil fuels, that is it reduces the plant waste, vegetable waste, etc., that is raw material is used in the biogas plant, that is why it reduces the raw material of the, that is the wastage material of the environment, that is why it reduces the dependence on fossil fuels. Fossil fuels means basically fossil fuel म्हणजे जमिनीत गाडले गेलेले अवशेष यांना आपण फॉसिल फ्युएल्स असं म्हणतो. Next is of a clean gas. Clean gas, that is the biogas is a clean gas and it reduces the health problems. Next is of a employment opportunity to rural youth, and that is it increases the employment opportunity to rural youth, that is by using this biogas plant it increases the employment opportunity to rural youth. Next is of a equivalent quantity of fuel for 1 meter cube of biogas. In that, name of fuel and equivalent quantity of fuel for 1 meter cube of biogas. In that, kerosene has 0.6 kg, firewood has 3.5 kg, cow dung cakes has 12.3 kg, charcoal has 1.5 kg, soft coke has 1.6 kg, butane has 0.4 kg, coal gas has 1.2 meter cube, and in that 4.7 kilowatt hour electricity is created in it, that is such a plant. Next is of applications of biogas. In that next is the applications of biogas. In that green waste material Green waste, it contain plant waste, vegetable waste, etc. That is raw material. When that green waste material is mixed with water, then form the slurry, and that slurry is forwarded it into the digester, and in that digester that slurry material remain for such a particular time. It is of approximately 50 to 60 days, and after that particular time there is anaerobic digestion will be occurred in it, and it does not contain any any amount of oxygen in it. And from the biogas, and biogas is collected at the upper side of the digester, and in that biogas there is a majority content of methane, that is CH4, and carbon dioxide in it, and the wastage of slurry is collected at the overflow tank through the outlet chamber. And that wastage slurry, it contain nitrogen in it, and nitrogen it is used for fertilization purpose in the agricultural field. And the basically the applications of biogas are cooking. The biogas it is used for cooking purpose, lighting purpose, heating purpose, electricity generation purpose, fuel purpose. These are the various applications of biogas. Thank you so much.